Manchester United were minutes away from a huge win against Lyon in the Europa League quarter-final, but heartbreak struck in stoppage time after Leny Yoro opening with his first goal for United, and Joshua Zirkzee looked to have sealed the game in the 87th minute. But Lyon came back. Rayan Cherki stunned the Reds with a 94 minutes equaliser to make it a 2-2 at the final whistle. Well, we all have everything to play for in Old Trafford in the second leg, but we will go through the first game and break down everything that happened in the game. We have a lot of footage. The tactical board will be here, and Stu Woolley will be with me. And guys, girls, smash the like while you wait, and we will be back after a short intro. Yes, and here we are, and here's Stu Woolley.
Hello.
Guys, girls, welcome to the Tactical Devils, as we like to call ourselves. I see people have tuned in already. Stu Woolley is pumped up. And,
I am.
Yeah, it was a okay game.
That's us on Twitch. Woohoo! Two Twitch legends.
Guys, girls, Europa League Lyon away. We will do the tactical match reaction and tell you all about the game. So yes. I don't know if you're just going to get started. I know it's late, so let's try to keep it to a 90-minute show, maybe less. Let's see how much there is to talk of. But we will talk a little bit about Onana. We will talk about Jerky. We will talk about the Zirkzee goal. What's your thoughts on Leny Yoro, and a lot to come? So, Stu Woolley, what's your initial reaction? Keep it to 2 minutes, and then we go to the tactical board and start with
my initial. Me in 2 minutes. Crikey, that'll be one for me. My initial reaction is it isn't the world's worst result. An interesting thing actually about two-legged ties is if we'd gone in 2-1, Lyon would have had to score at Old Trafford. Lyon still have to score at Old Trafford. So actually the trajectory of what we need to do next Thursday night hasn't changed. Nothing's changed. Lyon have got to come at us. We'll be better equipped, I feel, at Old Trafford. I think we go through. Can we be disappointed we haven't come away 2-0 winners? Absolutely. Did we think Lyon did enough to get the result? Not particularly. I didn't think Lyon were great by any stretch of the imagination. I felt at times we had more control in the game than it actually showed on television, and what the commentators were talking about. 12 to 10 shots or 13 to 11 shots, however it finished, in our favour, would suggest that Lyon had more of the play than what I think. But ultimately, Lyon aren't great. Ultimately, we need a new keeper. Ultimately, we're still in the tie. And ultimately, Bilbao have got it all to do as well. So it's an interesting situation tonight. Bodo Glimt are the only team probably have come out with it with any kind of credit. And that is my good old mate Jarvis's team. So there you go, yes. Pam. In 2 minutes. There you go.
I don't know if anyone is aware, but Bodo Glimt, they actually won the game 2-0 over Lazio at home. And they didn't just win. They dominated the game for fully 90 minutes. So we will talk a little bit about the Bodo Glimt game afterwards. I have some clips from that game too, so I want to show you how they beat Napoli and Lazio.
Lazio.
Yeah, Lazio. Stu, can you say hi to the guys and girls?
Yes, I can. Great to see everybody in the chat. There's loads of strong opinions tonight, and I knew there would be. So let's just start off with Danny B's in the chat. Good to see you. Yala Malmean's here. Dan P's here. Neil Driscoll. Ahmad is free from, I can't remember what that is, but Ahmad is free. Yes, that's him. Raven Strip is in. Good to see you, Raven. Truth Vate is in as well. Neil Driscoll, we said. Rushmano, the legend, is in.
Yes, Rushy.
Who else have we got? So Madhouse is in. Genghis Khan Jr. is in. Jay's in, of course. We haven't seen Jay for a while. I hope you're feeling better, mate. Jay United. Great to see you again. Danny B's in. Alien Tano's in. Pete, good to see you. Jordan's in. Good to see you, Jordan. CH27, Johnny K. Loads in. Absolutely loads in today. So brilliant to see you all. And Naz is in as well. Naz 087. So good to see you all, guys. Good to see you all.
Yeah. So everything happened so fast at the beginning of the game. Everything I had prepared was gone. I had to make a new thumbnail. That's why we were 10-15 minutes late. A new description of the game. So yeah, it's just the way it is. But we still have the good old tactical board. But you know, it's not fully.
And Gavin Underwood's here as well. Good to see you, Gavin.
Hey, Gavin, big up to see you. Good to see you, Gavin.
Yes.
Let's go to the tactical board and we can just talk for 2 seconds about how the team was set up. I have the tactical board, but it's not prepared for this game. But I will say, let's say this Manchester City team is Lyon. So
yes,
just make it easy. I didn't have the time to update all the players or the colors, but I just want to say they played in a 4-2-3-1 formation, I would say, and what was they played with a false 9, so they really played with a box deep midfield, and they followed our guys everywhere. So when Casemiro had the ball, if he went out or Ugarte, they followed. So there was extreme man marking in how they played. Did you notice that, Stu?
Yeah, look, they set up to nullify Bruno. They also set up to nullify our two wing-backs and Garnacho in particular. Those are the areas they decided they were going to nullify and try and get in behind us as quickly as they possibly could. So they used their speed down the wings quite nicely. I thought Jerky, or however you pronounce his
Jerky,
name.
I think.
Jerky, yes. I'd like to say he's levels. There are levels in football, and I know he got his goal, but I think Jerky found his level. Everyone was raving about him. My lad was raving about him as well. Dad, watch out for Jerky tonight. You're going to see something special. I got my binoculars out at one point to take the piss because I couldn't see him. I was doing that and see if I could see Jerky. I just couldn't see him. But like every good player, when the moment arrived to him, he sprung into action and he popped it away. And he sizzled away like beef on a hot plate. Get it? Beef jerky? Get it? Come on.
Jerky, beef.
I'm here all week, lads. I'm here all week. Yeah, beef jerky. Yeah. I'm here all week. So yes.
But for me, Stu, I think the good, it was what's his name again? Mika Klatse or Miku Tatse.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it. I thought there was a couple of. Yeah, I thought there's some really. No, I agree. I thought there's some really good individual performances from Lyon. I think Fonseca coming with a plan. He's used this plan over the last 8 games or 9 games that he's been in charge, something along those lines. And we know he's a decent gaffer, Fonseca. He's got form for being decent. And I just felt that we didn't. One of the things I noticed and what I was really, really pleased about is we didn't show them the respect that I think they thought we were going to. And I thought there were times in the game where we really controlled it. We controlled it at low tempo. So Danny P and Danny B have mentioned about our aimless passing tonight. I've mentioned about our aimless passing in the past. And we did that again tonight. But when you control the ball at a low tempo, that's what you tend to do. You hog the ball. And you hog the ball in non-vital areas, as opposed to dangerous areas or critical areas. We hog the ball in non-vital areas where we go across the pitch really, rather than or go backwards rather than try and make strides forward. We've got some problems of our own. We got some problems with Garnacho. I thought it was well marshalled tonight. I love to see a reducer come in, as me and Nuruddin were talking about the other day. The left back hit Garnacho hard, didn't he, in the first 30 seconds, 40 seconds, something like that. That's what you do. Garnacho was then off his game for most of it because he was worried, always looking over his shoulder, what was going to happen. Højlund again offered us nothing up front. I didn't think they were brilliant at the back. I don't know what your thoughts were. I thought Maitland-Niles was decent, but I thought we afforded him space to be decent, Jarvis. But ultimately, it was our wing-backs, Garnacho and Bruno, they targeted to try and suffocate us. And it kind of worked to an extent. But we we did manage to pass away around it and out of it on occasions as well.
Yeah. I have one player left, and that's Mata. It's easy. Mata. Yeah. So now the teams are updated, not the right colors, but we see the names of them. So Mikko Klatse, but he was actually, I think he played more on the left.
He played more left. Yeah, he targeted Dalot. He was more left. He was. Taliso, actually, I agree, was more central.
But Almada was like a false nine when he played, I believe.
He was. Yeah, it gave us a lot of space, didn't they? Didn't really push on Maguire too much, in terms of going physically with Maguire. Tried to play in between Maguire and Mazzari a lot, but it didn't work because I don't know about you, but I thought Mazzari was on top of his game tonight.
Yeah.
And Yoro.
The only thing I noticed, I saw that Mikko Klatse, he was really high on the left, and he tried really to pin down Dalot.
Correct.
Time. And
went to the byline 3 or 4 times.
I think it was Bliso or Almada who dropped in this area, and Dalot was kind of insecure where to go. Sometimes he pushed up, sometimes he stayed, and we've seen this before with Dalot and Masraoui when they play on this side, they can't quite decide who's going to go, who's going to stay. So,
that's true.
I don't know if you felt the same way. I think
that
was really frustrated today.
You're right. Because if you saw, number 10, we'll call him number 10. He hit the byline 3 times in succession. He went for Dalot and Mazzari at least 3 times in the first half. It's really intelligent play by them. Because he was quick, he's small, isn't he? He's quite stocky. He was quite a small player, quite a stocky player, quite strong, elbowed Dalot off the ball a couple of times. I thought Mazzari had the better of him at the 2 rather than Dalot. But you're absolutely right. And in that situation, Dalot's got to come in level with the number 10, and Mazzari's got to just
Dalot needs to go up here and leave.
And then Mazzari's got to move to the edge
for Masraoui. Yeah,
correct. I agree. That's what he's got to do, but they didn't do that.
No. But he did it on the other side too. Dorgu had also the same dilemma, but I think Dorgu was better. He was higher up and left it for Yoro. So I think
you've got a better communication there. Yoro knows what he's doing. Yoro knows that he likes space, doesn't he? Yoro is a spatial player. Dorgu's quite good in real tight areas as well as space, but Yoro's a really spatial. He's a zonal player. He plays it brilliantly. Really impressive.
And when you have a false 9 like Almada, for example, if Mikko Klatse pins down, there is space for the false 9 to drop into and
absolutely
the outlet. So I think we struggle a little bit, but I think the tempo that Lyon set when they were attacked weren't too high. So I think we tracked back really well. And every time we were off balance, we corrected ourselves by coming into the play. So I would say defensively, I don't have much to say. I think we played a okay game.
No, you're right. Look, I didn't think they were brilliant up top. I'll be honest with you. They did penetrate us quite nicely. But, in terms of real, what you would call real chance creation, although they created a lot of chances, Danny B's right, and Dan P both said they created a lot of chances. I didn't think their chance creation was brilliant. Very good at set pieces. I mean, we'll come to the goals, won't we, Jarvis, later. Yeah. But in terms of their penetration and danger play, I was never on the edge of my seat worried. I didn't think Maguire, Mazzari, I know Mazzari did 1 or 2 brilliant tackles last ditch in the second half. I didn't necessarily think we were put under a huge amount of pressure that we shouldn't be dealing with. There's a difference between pressure and what you should be dealing with, as opposed to pressure that you're just constantly battered. When you're dealing with stuff that you should be dealing with, it's kind of like it's easy for you to overturn the ball, so to speak. When you're really being pushed to the limit, if you're against a Yamin Lamar, Lewandowski, somebody of that nature, you've got to be 100% on your game. I felt we could get away with it about 90% tonight.
Yeah. I'm just retweeting. So guys, if you can please go to X and give us a retweet.
Yes, please. Give us a retweet.
So I'll put the link into the chats. That would be great. So here you go.
So we've got Twalumba is in, which is good to see you, Twalumba. We haven't said hello to you, pal. Rasmus is also in, and we haven't been able to say hello to you either. No. Great to have you on board. And Eddie's Football Waffle.
Oh, Eddie. It's been a while.
What a name. Love that name. Yeah. Eddie's in as well. There's 53 of you watching over on Twitter and on YouTube. Please like and subscribe to our video. That is our currency. As Jarvis says, we're in YouTube jail for some reason, guys. And we know there's other shows that are live today. So thank you for joining us.
I'm happy that you guys are here. Let's go to the juicy part first. Let's just jump directly into the juicy part and go with
and Cass is in as well. Good to see you, Cass.
Okay. Yeah, big up, Cass. I got a message here. Your browser has lost connection to screenshot, blah, blah, blah. Well, you can see it, guys. Yeah, you can see it. Okay. Let's just look at this, Onana. You know when they scored the first goal.
This is the original goal, isn't it?
Yeah. So look at Onana here. What's he doing? What is Onana doing? Look at his technique.
Yes.
What is he trying to do?
Okay, so there's one slight, and I'm not I'm not going to give Onana anything here at all.
No.
But he's put a lot of backspin on the ball. If you watch the ball when it kind of bounces up, it's not spinning forward.
No,
it's kind of spinning backwards for a little bit, and that's the bounce that catches him out. Because if the ball's got top spin on it, it's gonna kind of skim off the surface. Does that make sense? With the top spin, it's going to skim off the surface. Where it's got backspin on, so it's landing like that. It kind of it really rises a lot higher than a skim.
But Stu,
I'm not saying I'm saying it's bad.
Me too. But let me just explain. I got my box of snooze here that's round. So if the ball bounces,
that's what I'm
looking the ground and up again.
Yeah, that's top spin.
Should you keep your hands like this, or should you keep your hands like this? Boom, 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 or should you keep it like this?
You should be like that.
Because Onana, he's out like this.
Yeah, you shouldn't be like that. But
His
actually,
angle.
if you get your snuzz box, and you put top spin on it, so it's a forward rotation.
Yeah.
So when the ball hits the ground, it's going to skim like that. It's going to skim a lot quicker. Well, when there's backspins, that's a backward rotation. It kind of bounces up. Yes, exactly. Now, I'm not saying, guys, I'm not letting Onana off here at all. I'm not doing it.
Be careful now, Stu. Careful.
No,
You're on the limb.
I know. I'm going to be in the crosshairs in a minute. I'm going to be in the crosshairs. Look, Neil's already after me. Neil's come after me already. I'm just making an observation, and that's it. I think he should have stopped it. I think you're right. I think his hands were wrong. I do. But the thing is, I'm not a goalkeeper. So I don't want to. But I just wanted to make that point. But I'm now in trouble, so I'm just going to shut up. I'm going to say big up, tactical, big up Eduardo. I'm in trouble now, so I'm just going to shut.
But for me, it's terrible goalkeeping.
Cheers. No, it is. That's the thing, Jarvis. I agree. But if you go back and you'll kind of see what I mean, but it's woeful keeping. Oh, sorry. Let me. Thank you, Jay. Can you see what I mean?
It's like he's playing volleyball. You know,
Correct.
Volleyball.
Yeah,
Like
correct.
is that a goalkeeper save? Like volleyball save?
I've never known a goalkeeper go like that. And if you can do that, surely, don't you put your hands higher above your head so your face gets it or something like? No, am I wrong?
Okay,
have we got any goalkeepers in the devilish tacticos?
I would like to invite what's his name, Neil Harris or Harrison.
Yes, let's try and do that.
Yeah, he's a brilliant guy when it comes to goalkeeping. But
see, Mustafa's come in. He says this is quite interesting.
Okay.
If he dives for high balls, he doesn't get very high. He's a good line keeper, reflexes, but he sucks in the air and other skills. Okay, that I can. Yes, that's a good balanced view. Barman's gone in on me. I'm dead. I told you I'd be getting it. I told you I'd get it tonight. Look, I'm not disagreeing. I just wanted an offer.
Balanced perspective. That's okay.
Yeah, that's what we're here for. Is just offer a balanced perspective. But
his fingers, it baffles me. You know, it's like his volleyball. Try to volleyball save it.
Well, yeah.
Look there.
What do you think? I mean, he was trying to do that with it.
Yeah, I don't know. At least stop the ball. At least.
But look how high the ball went into the net.
Yeah. But again, I don't know. I think I read today that he has made the most error leading to goal by any goalkeeper. Now I think it's 8 in one season. So this guy is costing us. He's costing us a lot of points.
Yeah. So Mustafa's saying it's timing.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. It's timing. So for me, Stu, what are we going to do with Onana? Can we keep going like this? I know it's a tough question faced with this, but if you try to make a balanced decision, would it be sensible just to keep him just for one more season because of the money, or should this be a top priority as the forward, as the striker? Should we just get rid of Onana and bring someone else in? We heard today that we are linked to Verbruggen, the Brighton young Dutch or Belgium goalkeeper. So
what we've experienced with goalkeepers before, and it's such a specialist area. If you swap goalkeepers and we have similar issues with that goalkeeper, the new goalkeeper, for whatever reason, then you're better off. Swapping a goalkeeper isn't like swapping a striker. Although it costs you the same way, i.e. it costs us with no goals with Rasmus, and it's costing us with goals with Onana, it's more costly with a goalkeeper than it is as a striker. Because you've got 10 other players out there that have an opportunity to pop the ball in the back of the net. You've got one single individual, take out all the rest of the team, one single individual that's responsible for keeping the ball out of our net. And Onana's not doing it for us. Absolutely. But unless you go and get a proven keeper, a proven goalkeeper like the likes of Oblak, Costa,
that would be at least 60 mil.
Yeah. Mayan, or whatever his name is over at AC Milan. These types of top end, Ter Stegen, some of that nature, real top end, top class goalkeepers. Then we're going to have problems because we won't have that money. Now, we were on a show a couple of weeks ago, and we broached the subject about cashing in on Bruno for 120 million pounds. Okay.
Yeah.
And people were saying can't do that, etc., etc., etc. And I agree. But Liverpool cashed in on Coutinho for 140 million and went out and bought 2 players, Alisson who not at this point in time has been the best goalkeeper in the Premier League alongside Ederson, and Van Dijk. Whether people like Van Dijk or not, he operates at an optimum level. So what do we do? What do you do? Do you go out and say striker and goalkeeper? That's the bulk of your budget gone, completely gone. And then what do you do with the rest? Are you relying on them player sales and then relying on getting them in? Because I don't think Onana would have been a consideration at the beginning of the season. It may well be a consideration now for a swap and a move on. He might himself think, I'm just going to move on in the summer. I'm just going to go to Saudi Arabia or whatever. He might make that choice. We might not have to make that choice. But as I said to you before, you've got to get 40 million minimum for him. Are you going to get 40 million to counterbalance any kind of goalkeeper purchase? Or we sell him for whatever we can sell him for, and we use our money that we'd already accrued and kept an earmark for X, Y, and Z to bring in a new goalkeeper. So those are your choices.
Yeah. Chevalier is excellent according to Roshmano. But I think I think we need an experienced goalkeeper if you're going anywhere. We have youngsters everywhere on the pitch. I think goalkeeping needs to be at least 27, I would say, just to lead the line, keep them calm, help them out, command his back line. We are talking about maybe a back line of Leny Yoro and Aiden Heaven, and De Ligt who's only like 25. So
25, yeah. I mean, you are right, Jarvis. That's the other consideration you have to do. Do you bring in a 22-year-old, 23-year-old keeper that maybe is good on paper, had a good season in the Premier League? Sells would be a great example. Have one good season in the Premier League. I like him. Or do you look at it and say we need to go and get somebody like Oblak? We need that caliber of keeper, and we're going to have to pay this type of money to do that. So you're relying on then a good amount of money from Onana to counterbalance the extra money we're going to have to spend. It's a conundrum. I don't think the club were looking at the beginning of the season. Now I think they may well just be looking at it. And I know.
Great minds think alike.
It could be one of those. But you're looking at 70, 80 million for Oblak, aren't you?
I don't know his contract situation, but I'm not saying per se we need to sign Oblak, but that's a goalkeeper of his stature.
Liverpool have gone and got that Georgian keeper, haven't they?
Yeah, they do.
They've gone and bought him, haven't they, Liverpool? Well, he's going somewhere, that Georgian keeper, isn't he? So we've got a real problem in terms of goals and goalkeeping.
This is a question from Dan P. Are we allowed to sign anyone from Nice due to Ineos ownership? And I believe we are, but we need to buy for a fair market price, and we can't compete in the same tournament.
Yeah, it's got to be a proper deal. Has to be a proper deal. Yeah.
So we are allowed, but we can't compete in the same tournament. That's
Yeah. So if his market value is 50 million, we've got to pay 50 million for it. But we can't. Yeah, we can't compete in the same tournament. So I think that's an issue. I think it's a problem. But I mean, what do you do? Do you rock in Bayern on Sunday then? Do you say, look, you're back on the bench?
I feel we are at the stage where we should do something, and especially coming off that stupid comment of Nana, this little word of exchange with Matic before the game, and now he do something like this. I think it doesn't spread confidence into the back line.
No, he's one keeper I would take, Emi Martinez.
Yeah,
I think he's fucking brilliant. I think he's brilliant. I'd take him any day. Yeah, I love Martinez.
Yeah, but he's in the same bracket as Oblak. He's like the same type of goalkeeper I would like. Confidence,
I think experience,
leader. I don't know.
I think he's younger, isn't he? But
it's been a while. He's been around for a while. Yeah.
But I think Simon, of course, Danny P's mentioned him before, hasn't he? Oh, sorry,
Yeah,
Giles.
that's okay. Unai Simon. Yeah.
Oblak,
Mustafa said Oblak goes for around 30 million euros. Maybe Athletic sell him for 59 because it's United, but rather have a goal footballing keeper. So for me, I think it's even more important for me to bring in a new goalkeeper than a right winger at the moment. I would rather stick with Dalot for one more season than Onana for one more season. Or 2028.
Look, I mean, tonight, they were all there, weren't they? Both Glazer, Muppets were there. Sir Jim was there. They were all there tonight. They've seen it firsthand again. Do you know what annoys me is, though? There's no accountability on the pitch when Onana makes that type of mistake. There's no accountability whatsoever. None of the players are fucking moaning at him and having a pop at him. It's just...
So again, same goal, the header. Obviously, Onana was there was some interference, but it will always be like this. So
not enough. Yeah, not enough.
I don't know. You look at his technique; he's miscalculating the trajectory of the ball completely, and he drops down like a second before the ball comes. Look at Onana now. Look how fast he drops down.
He's expecting a header, isn't he, or something? Yeah.
Yeah. But he's not reacting. He's trying to read. I don't know. To read it.
It's interesting, really, because if he takes a step back, he saves it. If he goes back a yard, he saves it because he's got more time to react. But anyway, it's not. Look, he's made a mistake, and that's it. He's made a big mistake.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not. Lightning's right, by the way. He's not the only keeper that's happened to. We should point that out. It's happened to a lot of goalkeepers in the past.
It's true.
Yeah,
but
you missed
the
it.
thing is now it's eight big errors leading to goal.
It's too many big errors, and I think that's the key, isn't it? It's too many big errors.
Yeah, and it's basic goalkeeping.
Look at Leeds, right? Look at Leeds. Leeds are fighting for a title, okay? At this point in time, Melier's had a awful couple of weeks, and Leeds have dropped him.
You did.
So they took you dropped. You've made too many errors. You dropped. The end.
Who's that goalkeeper? Is it Meslier?
Melier. Yeah, they dropped him. Farker said, "Not enough, mate. You dropped." Amorim needs to have that kind of balls. Look, bringing Bayern. Look, we've got a tough game. I know it's a bit of a nothing game for us on Sunday, Newcastle. The game is the following Thursday at home. But we want to be winning this game at Newcastle to put us in good stead for going away. But the other thing is, I mean, I don't know. It's a tricky one. I get it. I can see it. But I mean, who are the top class goalkeepers out there that are tenable? That's the other thing. Who's a tenable?
I think the AC Milan goalkeeper has just 2 years left on his contract, so they will try. What's his name again? M something on
Manye, something like that. Yeah, Mike Manye, something like that.
Yeah, Mike Manye. Yeah, so maybe we should go for him. And I read that AC Milan, some Italian clubs are interested in Onana, so maybe we can.
Maybe we do a swap. Yeah, maybe he's better off. Maybe he's better off. Back in.
And we have that Burnley goalkeeper, James Trafford.
Good keeper. Yeah, I mean, I thought he was only on loan at Burnley, but I didn't realise Burnley bought him off City.
No, they bought him.
Yeah, they'll have a hefty sell-on clause, I bet.
They will. But people are not into Manyan. I think they think it's a bad.
It costs way too much money.
Yeah. But again, I'm not a goalkeeper expert. I'm not. I don't know enough about it. I would like to bring in a goalkeeper expert as a guest, so we could just like really break it down, what to look for. But for me, I think the most important things when it comes to a goalkeeper is, I think, commanding the back line and like projecting confidence, giving confidence to the rest of the back line, like be the
You need
leader.
solidity.
Yeah.
Solidity. That's what we need.
Solidity. Yeah.
Yeah, and he just doesn't have that bit. So
let's just go back to the game and start with the tactical analytics of the game. So I will bring up this. I would say in the beginning of the game, I think our press play was quite good. So you see here, they are trying to play out from the back. We went away from the pentagon shape, as you see. We have here, I think it's Dallo, and here you have Dorgu. You can see how the distance they have to the fullbacks on Lyon, and they are always ready to jump. And our press plays centrally. You look how compact we are centrally when we press. So the only out for Lyon is on the wings, and then we have our wingbacks who are ready to jump. So here you see then it's Dorgu who jumps, and we put him under pressure and wins the ball. And it creates a good opportunity for us. And Dorgu goes down the wing and put a cutback. So what do you think of Højlund's position in this instance? Is it good?
Perfect.
Yes.
It's the best position. When you look at that passage of play and you look at where he is, it's the best position for him to be. Although you've got a deep lying centre half there, the chance of you getting in front of those two, getting the ball not cut out in front of those two, is pretty much impossible, because the ball's got to be absolutely perfect. If Højlund was in between the two centre halves there, so the cutback, by him standing where he is, the cutback is perfect. The rest is fucking abysmal.
Yeah. But I would say, Stu, when it comes to this Dorgu's movement,
the
way he moves this way, not down to the byline, because he forces them in a way, the defenders to move against him, because he could still be a threat and go directly to goal. So they don't know quite where to position themselves.
Yeah, and also if they do go and attack him, the chance of a penalty is quite high, which is good for us. But the pullback's perfect. I mean, it's just an abysmal miss. Yeah,
and again, we have Højlund. We can sit here and piss and moan of Onana, but we have another problem up top.
Yeah, it's a goal scoring opportunity.
It's not. We talked about Højlund's shooting stats the other day, and it's not a clean strike. He's not under pressure. He has all the time in the world, goal in front of him, and he can't even hit goal. I would say in the top 6 clubs in Premier League, and let's say top 10 clubs in the world, I would say the striker of that club will in 9 out of 10 tries hit the goal.
Yeah,
he will not always score, but he will hit the goal.
Yeah.
That's weak.
Yeah, I mean, Dan Pease come in and says it's got a slight bobble, which it does. It's not a rolled pass, is it, on the ground, but he still should have done better, for sure. Again, it's great positioning.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's great positioning by him. His position's good. He's looked. He's stopped. There, it's perfect. Just come and meet it.
But when you look at his body position and his shooting technique, he shoots with his left.
Yeah, he's left-footed, isn't he?
Look at how the tip of his right foot, where it's pointing. It should point against goal. It's not pointing against goal. It's pointing here.
Well, I think what he wants to do is kind of slide it. I think he wants to sweep it rather than put his foot through it. So he's trying to slide it, sweep it. If you look at his foot shape, so he's using basically that part of his foot, the middle part of his foot, the arch of the foot. So he's trying to slide it home. Really what he wants to be doing is bending it and coming across it and getting it down low and hard. So I don't know why he's gone to try and sweep it home. But either way, he's miskicked it completely. It's a terrible effort.
It's a terrible effort. Terrible effort.
It's a terrible effort.
Yeah. So going back to the original question, when it comes to Højlund, is he the top priority or
striker's top priority? Striker's a priority. Yeah, 100%. Need a striker. No two ways about it. We've got to get a striker, and he is priority.
And this was I think it was in the 15th minute of the game or something. So we could have had the flying start of the game.
Yeah,
we could.
Yeah.
And when it comes to the defensive play, since they were man marking us all over the pitch, if you look here, when we were in possession, you see there's a big gap here centrally. There's not many people here because they were following us everywhere when we moved. The man marking.
They suffocated us really, really well.
Yeah. But there were one solution, and that was when players like Mazraoui receive the ball, you can drive it because you look at all this space.
Yes.
So when the ball shifts to the other side, you see here Mazraoui takes it down, goes past his man, and drives the ball. And I think he did brilliantly. And look at all this space he have. And the Lyon defense is backing down. So, this is Amorim football. I think this is what Amorim really would like to see.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not so sure his final pass choice was the best, but the actual yardage that he covered, the speed of the yards that he covered as well, was really impressive. But if you look at Højlund's run, Højlund doesn't offer him anything.
No.
The only one that really offered something.
He's trying to drag the opposition away, maybe just to create space for him. It's like
the only one that really offers him something is Bruno, and he doesn't quite get that right. But Højlund's got to do better there, and he's got to be quicker with his movement. Garnacho's got to come in; he's got to be able to be available to feed the ball off him. And we're allowing Mazzari to run into a problem rather than help with a solution. But again, it's something that Garnacho should be already dealing with, should really understand. It's something that Højlund should understand, and it's something that Bruno should understand. They should all understand it, and yet we're still making these basic errors when it comes to our attacking play.
Yeah. I see Danny B comes in and say Yoro done it to get the shot off. He did, and this is what I see. I see our wide centre back getting more and more involved in our offensive play, and especially today when you have central midfielders man marking other central midfielders. So when they move outside, you open up a huge gap centrally, and it's there for us to run into.
But Højlund isn't doing that. He's not dragging the players. Look at where they are. Mazzari's running into 5 players, 2 right by him and 3 in front of him. That's why he struggled to get the ball out to Bruno.
Yeah, he struggles, and he lost the ball. Yeah, obviously. And Boxing Straight Talk comes in and say, Jarvis, this football won't work in the Premier League. Centre backs ball carrying. Well, I don't know yet. There's not many teams doing this. So the jury is still out. But when you see in other leagues, especially the Italian league, when it comes to Inter, how Pavard and Bastoni drives with the ball all the time, almost operating as midfielders or even attackers at the time. And also you have other teams like Juventus under the former manager, what's his name, Motta. They did it, and now the new manager of Bologna, what's his name? Italiano, actually, his name is Italiano. He also do the same thing. So they have central defenders going into attack all the time, driving with the ball. So I don't know. Maybe this is where football is heading.
Well, this is the thing, you see. There's a lot of debate at the moment, isn't there? Where football is heading, what it's about, Why is everybody following the same pattern? Why aren't people trying to play different? Why aren't we trying to do something that's completely different to the norm? And, so there's that massive debate with regards to how football should be played. Football shouldn't be played. And we love the tactical side of it, Jarvis, but football shouldn't be played on a tactics board. That's really there to guide people. Football should be played with your brain, in reality, in live moments, not worrying that, if I go into there, I'm going to be in trouble by the gaffer or someone's going to shout at me. Football's about instinct, and it's being absolutely squeezed out the game at the moment. And I don't want to see that. I want to see more Mavericks in the game. There's no Mavericks anymore.
But Stu, did you see the Champions League yesterday? Did you see PSG?
Yes.
Yeah. What's his name?
You're about Vitinho?
No, on the winger on PSG.
I'm going to call him Kareska because that's all I could say. Gareth or whatever. He scores the second goal, and the young lads as well. The Yamin Yamal guy. Yeah, they're both brilliant. But what PSG do? If you watch the way that PSG play, they have a structure, of course, but there's so much freedom. They're allowed to do what they want. They're allowed to.
Yeah, but it's not too much.
Pete's brilliant. I love that. But they're allowed, I love that from Pete. But they're allowed to get onto that pitch, play within the structure I want you to do, but do what you need to do to win that game of football.
Kvaratskhelia was the guy I was thinking of.
Kvaratskhelia. I mean, his goal was phenomenal. Yeah. And Doué, his goal was phenomenal. It was a brilliant goal. I mean, it reminded me of Giggs-esque off the bar. It was a phenomenal goal.
Brilliant.
And Doué's goal, Doué tried it. But, Enrique's got something about freedom. He played with a lot of freedom as a player. Barcelona, he played with freedom, and he's playing again. He's allowing his players to play with freedom. You've got to have the shackles off in football.
No, there's a lot of shackles in I have to disagree, Stu, when it comes to Luis Enrique, because it's all about interchanging. But he has clever footballers who really understands, because when you look at that front line, it's totally fluent.
Nobody does.
They play centrally, they play deep, they play high, they play everywhere. But one
that's
way or another, they make it work because it's fluent.
But that's the freedom I'm talking about. We don't have that freedom. They're fluid. They travel. They travel.
They do. But
the final third.
Maybe I misunderstood what you say, but I don't think it's freedom. I think it's quite strict how you move. But obviously you are fluent because you interchange position.
Yeah.
But you have to do if one guy moves, you have to move. So there's no freedom. You can't just stand there.
No, but it is what I'm talking about. Freedom is you're not pigeonholed into one side of the pitch. That's not what I'm talking about. Freedom allows you to move. So, Luis Enrique, most coaches, you talk about zone 14, right? Most coaches will put a big circle on the final third of the pitch, right? And they'll line you up. He'll say, right, you start here, you start here, you start here, blah blah blah. But I don't want you there. I want you here. I want you here. I want you here. I'm giving you the freedom to play that circle. Yeah. And I'm giving you the freedom to play that circle. And I'm giving you the freedom to play those 40 yards, 38 yards, because that's why they're so dangerous. So when you talk about interchanging, what I'm talking about when I say freedom is they've got the freedom to interchange at will, not at minute 10 of the game, which is more structured. He allows them to do that. So I want that. I've said before, if you remember a couple of years ago, when Ollie was playing the kind of three up top, we intertwined beautifully. Bruno was popping up on the left, popping up on the right, popping up in a 10, popping in an 8, and that's what you need. Martial wasn't just popping in as a 9, he was playing out left, he was playing out right. We don't have that anymore. We're so frozen into position, and I want us to be better. I want us to have more.
But the hope is one day when people or the players get used to this Amorim system, then really understand the movement. Because I think Amorim is frustrated by the moment. He's mentioned this in interviews about the players, and we will get there talking about the last.
Yeah.
So yeah. So the hope is we can get it right, but I think Ten Hag had the same hope for 2.5 seasons, but it didn't go.
It didn't go.
Well.
No, it didn't go his way. I mean, I watched PSG. PSG really opened my eyes against City. They were just on a different planet against City.
Yes,
they were amazing. The way that they control the game with fluid passing, fluid movement, brains. The amount of times they slow the game down and then suddenly bang. It's like a firework.
Yeah,
it's coming. You just don't know when.
And I would say yesterday, Vitinha wasn't that influential. I
No,
think
he wasn't.
best midfielder was the other guy, the young Portuguese guy.
I can't remember his name, but I know what you mean. Vitinha was okay, wasn't he? He was okay. He was neat. Vitinha was very neat and tidy. But
it wasn't as influential as the City game, I would say.
No, I totally. Yeah, I mean, Vitinha against City.
Then he was like quite dominant. He was
he was unbelievable. And then you go and you see the way Arsenal played. Arsenal played with a tad more freedom than I've seen before.
Neves.
You've got to. Yeah, Neves. That's it. Yeah. You've got to worry about Bellingham, Vinicius, Mbappe. Actually, why? Why have you got to worry about them? And they didn't. They didn't worry about them. They just got it and went and played their own game. And we don't do that. We worry about the opposition a little bit too much for me. And I want to see the straight jacket off, and I want to see us push and take risks. We're not going to do it, are we?
It says the way Vitinha Neves receives passes in tight spaces. They call for teams. I think we did it today for maybe 10 seconds. There was one sequence with Menu, Casemiro, and Bruno. We did it, and it ended with Bruno misplacing a pass. So we can do it for 10 seconds.
No, and that's the problem, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look, I understand more than anybody. I do. The virtues of tactics and the virtues of a system. But you also know my viewpoint on a system. It happens for 10 seconds because the game isn't always system orientated, is it?
No.
It's something different. There are teams that are very, very rigid with their systems. You go up against a David Moyes team. He's rigid in his system, isn't he? That's it. You play to my system. You don't. And when you think about Eric Cantona, Roy Keane is more of a system playing than Eric Cantona. I don't play in the system. I'll go where I want because I can go where I want because I'm Eric Cantona. Where are those types of players now? Where's the Ronaldinhos of this world? The original Ronaldos of this world? The Zicos of this world? The Adaires of this world? The Falcaos of this world? The Socrates of this world? The artists, the seniors of this world, the artists of football. Where are they? They exist, but they've just got straight jackets on them. I don't. That's all I'm saying. I just don't want to see that, and this is why when the only reason I bought.
You know why, Stu? It's about because the physical levels of the players are getting higher. Yeah. So when you can run more, you can make a game plan that will work. And you can set up a team, play more compact. So it doesn't matter if you're brilliantly individual, because if you hold on to the ball for more than 3 seconds, you will be swarmed. There's no way out. It doesn't matter how good you are.
Yeah, that I agree with. And that's why when I was watching PSG last night, and I was just, wow, that's just ace. That's just football. That's not really. That's brilliant. I mean, Villa weren't bad as it happens, were they?
No.
They just got battered. They just got absolutely hammered by a brilliant footballing team. And Barcelona, they took out Dortmund, didn't they? 4-0.
Yeah,
Lewandowski, Lamine Yamal. But crikey, they again play a more relaxed brand of football, because Felix Magath is known for his system, isn't he? His system play, but they play a much more relaxed game of football. And I wonder whether or not if we start to be more relaxed on the pitch and not so uptight, so we haven't got our shoulders uptight all the time.
Mm.
We're not afraid to take a risk. And should you be afraid to make a mistake on a football pitch? Absolutely not. You should be making mistakes. If you're making mistakes, it means you're trying to affect the game. I just want to see that. I want to see that. Hansi Flick, I love him. Yeah, I want to see that. I just want to go back to Maverick football, Jarvis. I love Maverick football. I know I'm old, guys. I know it, and I'm having a rant, and I'm sorry. I don't want to rant on.
I bet you can find one of those old VHS cassettes and
you know it, old friend. But
maybe half of it is like an old 80s game.
But
game, black and white.
Oh yeah, but next week is going to be an amazing week of football. You've got Real Madrid trying to turn over a 3-goal deficit. Mm-hmm. You've got Villa. You've got PSG coming to Villa Park. And you've got Villa desperately.
A 3-1 goal. I think they sealed it.
Too much. Villa are gone. And then you've got.
Never know in Champions League. I've seen worse upsets, but yeah.
No, it's not going to happen. I pick PSG.
A stronger team, so yeah.
Yeah, but I wouldn't put it past. I mean, PSG then will play Real Madrid if Madrid go through. Is that correct?
Arsenal PSG will be the next round.
So it's all Real Madrid. So it is, yeah. So it's Arsenal all Real. So just think of Real Madrid against PSG. You could actually get an El Clasico final, or because I think Barcelona will go through on their side of the draw. Can you imagine drooling over this current PSG
and Barcelona in the final? But the thing is, don't underestimate Inter and
Real Madrid, and don't underestimate Real Madrid either. But can you just imagine how much of a drool as a football purist, as a fan, PSG Barcelona would be? Fucking hell! What a game that'd be. So that's what I'm praying for. That's what I'm praying for.
I think we all do. But the thing is, when it comes to Inter, we all know goals win you games, but defense win you titles.
Yeah. Oh no. Again, that's true. I mean, look, as a defender,
I wouldn't underestimate Inter. No, I think they can beat all of these teams. They can just man up a low block boss playing Catenaccio and just do some magic and score a goal.
I think they're through. I think they're through. That result away to Bayern,
I saw that.
Not be underestimated.
They were so good. They were so in control. Then Bayern got an equalizer. Bayern pressed on, but right away when Bayern opened a little bit up, they counter-attacked.
Martinez
and then they did so sharp again.
Yeah. Martinez outside of the peg, peels away. Lovely.
Outside of it.
Oh, it was a beautiful strike outside the peg. Just see it in slow motion. The bend on it, absolutely brilliant. And this is the type of football that us fans right now are dreaming of. Because we've seen it. We've seen that type of football, haven't we, in the 90s and the 2000s, Fergie. This Maverick kind of all-out attack, 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch, the speed of the passing, the control of the ball, Jarvis, the use of space, the ability to pick out a 50-yard pass and smash the ball in the back of the net all in 3 hits. Rooney to Van Persie. We've seen it all before. Why can't we see it again? Why are we going through to this? I'm not agreeing with Gary Neville, by the way, and I'm going to give me and you a bit of kudos here, pal. I'm sorry to have this Tigos, but we've been talking about it for the last 6 months. How we're too embroiled in this system play rather than expansive football. We've been talking about it for a while.
They're catching on. That's the thing. Mr. Boto's 5,000 coming in. Say big up everyone. Yoro man of the match for me. Onana shouldn't play again for the rest of the season.
I thought Yoro was outstanding. Yeah. I thought Matt Zari was good today.
Yeah. Let's just go back to the game. We have a couple of clips. I won't play them all. We have been rambling on now for 1 hour.
Sorry, that's my fault. That's my fault.
In the match reaction, but that's how boring in a way the game was. Just not much to talk about. But do this was our only, I would say, not only, but one of our biggest chances in the first half. We are doubling up on the right side, Garnacho and Dalot here. And eventually there will be a cut back to Bruno. So I don't know, we can analyze this. I will play it like quick first, full speed for you guys. Good run from Garnacho, cut back, and Bruno. So what do you see here, Stu? Let's just break it down a little bit. First of all, we have Garnacho, Højlund's movement, Bruno's where's Bruno? There's Bruno.
Bruno's yeah.
Yeah. But I think Garnacho's movement is good. So easy, but it's sloppy defending.
Pass and move. Dalot's ball was perfectly weighted for him. And just watch Bruno now. Absolutely, the way that he curves his run into the space is what Højlund should be doing. Højlund should be watching. If you could take Højlund out, pick him up like that, drop in here in front of my laptop, watch Bruno's run, because that's what you should be doing. And he's unfortunate. I don't think he was scoring anyway. I think his shot was going to go wide, or it was going to probably side netting. But it was a brilliant piece of attacking play all round, actually.
Well, we know in this instance that Garnacho 9 out of 10 times will do the cutback.
He's doing that. That's what he's doing. It's what he's doing now. Yeah.
But it's almost like Højlund not believing the ball will come, and it's not fighting to get in front of the goal enough.
Oh, totally agree. Højlund's in totally, for a striker, penalty spot. You've got to be on the penalty spot. You have to be in the penalty spot. You don't hide behind your centre half. Look where he actually ends up. You're hiding behind your centre half. You don't do that. You've got to be penalty spot. I know we got a corner off this deflection, but it was good.
What do you like Højlund to do? Should he go to the first post, or
he's got to be near
or the back post?
No. He's got to be more central. Because two things: if Bruno gets his shot on target, if he gets on target, it could quite easily. Yeah, we could get a rebound, a bit like Cherki, and he scores. So look, he will argue. I mean, acres of space. He will argue that. I mean, acres of space there, but you've got to be on your toes. You have to be on your toes.
It was a good attack.
It was a brilliant attack.
But this is a pattern. This is recognizable. We've seen this so many times.
Yeah. I thought at first, Jarvis, and it's not true, but I thought at first when I watched it in real time, I thought Garnacho could have actually carried the ball a bit further into the box. But actually, as it happens, looking at it now, he couldn't.
Yeah. I think the next is just Højlund again. I don't know. Should I? Yeah, we can do a quick.
Let's have a quick look here. Bath time comes in, and he says,
"Hey, bath time."
That does look like coordinated movement. To be fair, he goes far past. Yeah, he does. Yeah, I totally agree. It was nice. It was lovely done. But again, as a striker, Ruud wouldn't be stuck behind two defenders. Ruud would have been clear. He would have been somewhere to got the cross. But nice play anyway.
When it comes to Højlund, I think he lacks a little bit of his decision making. He's too indecisive sometimes.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
And when you look at this, there's a misplaced pass from the Lyon defender, and it's Højlund who intercepts it. And in this instance, it's almost 2 against 2 or 2 against 3. But they are backing down. They are running home as fast as they can. So in this instance, Højlund shouldn't slow up or try to...
No, you've got to be at full pelt.
Kick and run.
Yeah.
Maximum 3 touches before you shoot. And he stops, he loses his confidence, going with a little heel flick or whatever he's doing, and delivers a weak shot. So for me, I think he needs to be more decisive in situations like this. But it's not only Højlund. You see the same with Garnacho when they come in a similar situation.
Yeah, 100%. I'm going diagonal at that time. I'm going centre of the goal. And I'm going to get myself probably in the shaded area.
Like here.
Exactly right. I'm going to get myself in the shaded area. Then I'm going to make
Then
a
we can
decision.
come with the overlap with Garnacho, for example.
Yeah.
Bruno.
Or I'm going to pull the trigger. I've got three options.
Yeah, you can shoot yourself if they back down or block.
I've got three options there. If you go into the diagonal in the shaded area, you've got three options. How do we know that? And he doesn't. He could have dinked and Garnacho there, actually, if you see.
But you look at his technique. He can't carry the ball in high pace.
No, but he should be able to. I just don't understand it. But as it plays on, watch Garnacho now. He could dink a little ball into. I'm not saying it's the right move, by the way.
No,
but he could have dinked a little ball. Garnacho could have tried to strike on the run, couldn't he?
But if you look at his touch, his touch.
Terrible. It's terrible.
Why do you take like 10 centimeters touches when you have a lot of space?
Yeah, when they're backing off, you've got them on the run. I've always said, Jarvis, when a defender is backing off, that's your time to strike. You've got to be like a coiled viper. Because, Jarvis, you are doing this. You're literally doing this. And you've got somebody coming at you and he's doing this and they're doing this and he's trying to do this and do that. He's got the momentum. You haven't. He could turn you so that you've got to do a 360 to get back on terms with him.
Talking about patterns, I think this is a pattern we've seen of this United.
It's too much, Jarvis.
Too much. And it's one thing with Garnacho, because with Højlund again and again, his technique is not good enough. He struggles, he lacks the basics. And this type of things makes me lose confidence and lose faith in Højlund. People talk about, it's just about getting his confidence back. Maybe he just did a goal. But for me, I think he lacks the fundamentals, the basics to become a striker at the level we want.
If you're Ruud van Nistelrooy, he's hitting the middle. He's hitting the diagonal and hitting the middle of the goal. That's what Ruud's doing, because he knows that's the most dangerous area. My aim is to get to the penalty area if I can, because once I'm in there, they can't touch me.
Yeah. Did we say big up to Stephanie? I see Stephanie.
No way. Stephanie Griffiths said, and bath time. Big up to Stephanie and bath time.
Yes.
Mr. POTUS, of course, 5,000. All legends, thank you for joining us. We really, really appreciate it.
Maybe we can do a little like spike. If you haven't smashed a like now should
like
be time
spike. That's what you should do, like spike.
We are on, how many likes we are on? 17? No, that can't be right. 37.
37 likes on. Bath time's asking a quick question.
Okay.
He says, can you show that clip again and imagine Garnacho on the outside? It was something you brought up at the beginning of showing the clip.
Yeah. That's the thing.
That's why we said once you aim into that shaded area on the diagonal, Garnacho will go on the outside of him. Bruno,
but Højlund's movement is not clear enough to tell Garnacho where
he wants. Correct.
That's my main problem with this.
Correct.
Because I think as soon as Højlund cuts in, Garnacho will understand instinctively that he will run on the outside.
Absolutely correct.
He
doesn't know. He doesn't know where he's going. That's right.
No,
you don't know where you're going. But Ruud heads straight on the diagonal.
Mustafa is in the house. Big up, guys.
Big up. 40 likes. Tell us 40
likes. Yes. So one more like with the like spike. So if you haven't smashed the like spike. And we need subscriptions, more subscribers to the channel.
Yes, please.
So if you haven't subscribed, please do us that.
You need to get what you need to do, Thomas, is do a little skit. Get your spike, like spike. So big like across it, spike, big spike across it. It'd be quite good fun.
It would. Okay, so do this comment from Boxing Straight Talk, and I will find the next.
Garnacho and Højlund are not good enough. Never will be. Neither is Onana. Totally agree. Bath time comes in also, and he says, I think when you see defenders' body shapes, it's okay to take the touch inside there. There's no pressure on the ball. Let the runners do space. Absolutely. Bath time, when you're a defender and you're backtracking, then you've got problems. You are not in control. As a defender, when you are backpedaling, you are not in control. The attacker is in control. he then dictates to you what you're going to do. And as a defender, it's a nightmare. You don't want anything to do with that.
Yeah.
Højlund missed a big trick there. Big trick.
On this clip, it's the last one on Højlund, because we can't sit here all night. I can show you clips of Højlund and what he's doing wrong. So this is the last clip with Højlund. Højlund is actually doing a lot of good things, and this movement he's doing the right thing. It's a diagonal run into zone 18, the corner flag zone. But it comes down to him lacking the fundamentals, the basics. So this is a good position. This is a good place to start the attack. Maybe give the ball back to Garnacho.
First time ball to Garnacho. That's the play.
Yeah.
That's the play. It's the only play there. Yeah.
But it's come down to his technique, his basics, his fundamentals.
Look at it. It's the only play there.
He can't control the ball.
No. It's the only play there. And it's a little, like you say, I'm going to pass it to you. Then I'll tell you where I'm going. I'm going straight to the penalty spot. You whip that ball in there, pal, because I'm going to be there. It's fucking terrible.
Look at look at his pass. He hits the ground with his feet.
Oh, it's appalling. It's on his left foot again, John. It's appalling.
So we can't be doing this. Højlund needs to go. He needs to go.
It's appalling.
I'm done with Højlund.
It's appalling.
I know it's strong words. He's a young guy and all of this, but I'm done.
It's not strong words. It's not good enough. No, he's got to go.
Yeah, he's got to go. He's got to go. I don't know what you guys say, but for me, I don't see a way back.
I would have drawn the foul, actually. No problem at all with that. Draw the foul, why not? But you've just got to be smart in that situation. As a defender, you're kind of okay there. You're expecting... Sorry, this is the Yoro goal, isn't it? Sorry, what I was going to say is you're expecting Højlund to lay it off.
I didn't know he was up, so yeah.
In my opinion, you're expecting Højlund to lay it off to Garnacho. And then... All I'm doing as a defender, by the way, Jarvis, I'm just going to grab Højlund's shirt and stop him getting in the box. That's all I'm going to do.
Yeah. Batham, by the way, agrees with us. He says, yes, Højlund has had 2 seasons, scored 1 goal in 4 months. He's clearly not a United quality player. So, yeah. The Leny Yoro goal, cross from Bruno, set piece. I think he plays it in the right area. Maybe the goalkeeper should have gone out and tried to do something, but...
Too scared of Big Harry, wasn't
he? Yeah. Do you think this is a pass or a shot from Ugarte?
Strike all day long. But you've got to look at Yoro, by the way. Yoro is facing Ugarte when he strikes it. Look at his body shape now when the ball's halfway. Look at you have to bear in mind the quality of, even if Yoro got a dreadlock on that, touch, the quality and the speed, a thought in Yoro. Look, he's facing the ball at this point. When it's halfway towards him, he's on his side. Watch. Just slow it down. On his side.
Yeah.
There you go. It's a brilliant goal.
But it's a controlled header.
It's a brilliant goal. It's an absolute brilliant goal. Brilliant goal. It really is. You can't, I mean, that's why the goalkeeper dived when the ball was in the back of the net. Nobody was expecting. It's because of the pace of the ball.
It's a nice goal.
It's a brilliant goal. Fair play to Yoro. Look at him on his side there.
Look at Ugarte, how he kung fu kicks that.
The ref again.
Yeah. It's like a kung fu kick.
The ref again, brilliant place. The ref was in brilliant places all night. There you go. Thank you very much. 1-1. So now, of course, they're all going offside. No chance.
Offside.
No chance in a million years. So great header, brilliant header. I'm chuffed for him. Do you see his little face? Big face.
Is it Leny Yoro's first goal this season?
Yeah.
Or for United?
Yeah, it's his first goal.
And Lightning, that's quite the reaction from Yoro. Yeah.
It's a hell of a reaction. People, when you slow it down and you watch his body shape, it's massively impressive. Massively impressive. I think anyway.
Looks like a Jackie Chan blooper reel.
It was a good one. Mustafa comes in and says, yeah, he steered the ball in with his head. Great header.
Mm.
Stephanie Griffiths come up with a nice solution. If I can get it. There you go. Play can actually centrally as centre forward, might as well, as he doesn't pass. Yeah, and and Bath Time says, yeah, it's a sensational. It is. It's a top draw goal. It's phenomenal goal. By the way, don't be fooled. Zirkzee was an impressive header as well.
Yeah. We will come to that, Stu. Don't.
Sorry.
Do we want to have a look at some of the Lyon chances, analyze the defensive game, or should we just move on?
What time we got? It's 11:30. What do the devilish tacticos want? Let's have one shot. Let's analyze one shot.
Yeah. I think this is the Lacazette chance. I think Zirkzee.
Which one? He had about 3, didn't he, Lacazette?
Yeah, but the first one, right after he came on the pitch.
Yes.
Came onto the pitch. So I think it's Jerky brilliantly on the ball. I think that was a good. No, was it? No, maybe it was the.
I don't think that was Jerky, was it? Because I think I might put my binoculars out again then, Jarvis. I was looking for him again. I think this
What's
is
his
Jerky.
name? Not Tatse, but Miku.
I know which one you mean. Him.
I think it's Miku Tatse.
Yeah, him.
Goes past, cuts it back, and I think it's a weak finish. It's a big chance.
What I don't understand about that is, and I just want you to, the problem you've got is nobody's looking at the runners.
Mm-hmm.
We've got 6 defenders there, plus Onana. Nobody's looking at the runners, or to see if there's a runner. And that's why Lacazette has the space. Criminal.
But why is the defenders always drop into their own 8-yard box?
You drop in because you assume there's going to be one or maybe 2 defenders middle to back post. That's what you assume. But actually, Jarvis, if you turn your head and look, you'll realise there isn't. And that's what they've done. But
the thing is, now we know the cutback pass is so in fashion, and all the teams use it all the time.
Yeah.
So they should train more on awareness in the box when they're backing down to defend, about keeping control of what's coming in the second phase.
But where's common sense come into it then? Because common sense would tell me I'm looking left. I don't need to. Maguire doesn't need to look right.
No.
If you start it right from the beginning again, he knows where he is, so he can now start to look left. He can start to see what's going on. He can turn his body straight and have a peripheral vision of what's happening to his right and see what's coming in and around him. He's not done it. Nor's Dorgu, nor's Leny. No, nobody's done it. Nobody's. Oh, hold on. Let me just have a quick look here. Nobody's done it. Look, Maguire can see 3 United players in front of him. He doesn't need to look in that way.
But then again, I must say Maguire still has some connection with Lacazette, and they're not dropping entirely into Onana. So,
it's an abysmal effort by Lacazette. Yeah,
and the way he what's the name, cuts down the distance quite quick. So he forces.
You know about Maguire?
Yeah, Maguire.
He cuts the distance down well. Yeah. But ultimately, all that could have been avoided if somebody just quickly looked left and you just stopped the advance running of Lacazette. Anyway, he fucked it up. It was a terrible effort. Lewandowski scores there though, doesn't he? So
that's the thing. A better striker would probably score. Danny B comes in and say it's a bold statement. If Maguire is third to fourth choice next season, we're fucked. Pardon my
I'd be
French.
interested to see what they do with Maguire in the summer.
Well, I think Maguire has a high stature with Amorim. But for me, I think he's one of the problems, because today, especially when you see all the man marking that's going on, and there was a big space centrally, I think there's a need for the central centre back sometimes to step into that area and help.
Yes,
but Maguire is too reluctant to do that.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
I don't think he actually fits into this Amorim system. Defensively, yes, but not. It's not quick enough to move up when needed.
Yeah, Maguire's a brilliant old-fashioned centre half, fitting an Everton team brilliantly, fitting a West Ham team brilliantly, fitting a Crystal Palace team brilliantly, but wouldn't fit with Brighton, wouldn't fit with Newcastle, wouldn't fit with Villa. But no. Brentford, yeah, he'd fit with Brentford, so there are teams he would fit with.
Something about the subject we talked about for 5 minutes ago about decision making going forward, and now it's the other guy.
God, Garnacho. Oh, see you. I know which one you're talking about.
So you see here, it's a good chance for us to come. We are actually 3 against 2. Yeah, so in this situation, where's the right place for Garnacho to run with the ball? Because for me, I see he should cut in and let Zirkzee come on the overlap and drag players with him, and then you have Bruno here, who will be. But it depends on the how.
I'd have gone straight. I'd have gone straight. I'd have aimed for the box, allowed Zirkzee to catch me up, which he would have done. The defender's giving him 10, 15 yards of space. So defender's going to come across, leaves Zirkzee with a mountain of space. It also leaves Bruno with a mountain of space, and it makes the pass a lot easier. So he's got to be in the second non-shaded area. That's his optimum position.
So
obviously he doesn't do that.
Zirkzee's going for the overlap. I don't know if Bruno slips or stops his run, and
he wasn't expecting. He stopped his run. He wasn't. It was just terrible.
Yeah,
it was just terrible. He's got to be further in.
Why did he stop and lose the momentum of his run?
Because he wasn't expecting it. Keep going. You keep going. You keep going. You keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep tackling him on the outside. Once you get into that shaded area, that's your optimum position to make your decision on what you're going to do. Yeah. But as you come in, he slows his run down completely. And look at the position of Zirkzee.
Yeah.
He's not looking.
We're talking about zone 14. You need to get yourself into zone 14.
Yes, that's it. That's it. Yes, that's your optimum position. Not great. Not in my opinion, anyway. Once he gets there, if he holds the ball, he's in a great position, but he just doesn't do it.
But defensively, from the Lyon defenders, I think they did a quite good job.
They did a good job because they were struggling. They're on the back foot. Yeah, they're on the back foot. They were struggling, so they did a decent job there.
And even this guy, he tracked back and made it difficult.
Where his mistake is coming inside in the shaded area. That was the area he was moving into. He's already kind of in and around zone 14. He's in the area where you want him to be, but you've got to be. I talk about twisting and turning as a defender. This is a great example. If you look at their number, is it Mata, the second
number
one?
8?
Yeah. If you watch it, if you watch Mata, he's looking to see where Zirkzee is. The ball there should have been. I mean, I just don't kind of get it. I just don't understand what Bruno and Garnacho were doing. But if you play that on now, it's a terrible ball anyway.
Yeah.
Terrible ball.
It is. But it was a big chance. That's a big chance. And I think with players like Rashford, for example, on the pitch, that will probably end differently because this is old Man United counter-attacking United, but we're not there. We're not there anymore.
We're just not there anymore.
No. So what is the devilish tactical saying about this? I see here a good comment from Mustafa. If he gave it to Zirkzee, he could have gotten it back for a strike.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah, because then he would force Mata or the defender, what's his name, to push out and open up space.
Yeah.
Alien said poor IQ players with talent. Can this be coached?
We're talking about it for a while, haven't we? IQ on the pitch.
Yeah.
We're talking about it for a long, long time.
Lyon are protecting the center, but going a long way around from Zirkzee contributes to that. He's got to get his head ahead of the ball to move the defender. Yeah. So he moves too slow, basically.
Yeah, but I don't think he's overly quick, is he, Zirkzee? But
no. But I think he can move quickly, but I think it's his game.
It's his game,
just how he wants to anticipate. Try to read the game better than just run.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And Mr. B comes in with the point. What annoys me again was Bruno's his gestures. It's really bad.
Yeah, he was terrible, wasn't he, with it?
Yeah. So it's definitely a big opportunity wasted chance
absolutely.
again. Yeah. And JM42 say IQ, basically you have it or you don't have it.
It's true.
Yeah.
You've got to start thinking more. Players have got to start thinking more in possession. Got to start thinking more about where they're going to end up on the pitch, what trajectory they go to, who's around them.
So let's just go to there's other chances, but we can't play them all. Let's go to the goal, the Zirkzee goal.
Yes.
Have a look. Let me just fix everything ready here, and here we go. So the ball comes from, I think it's Bruno out to it's Mason Mount actually. Let's see the pass because the pass is a Rabona. I don't know if you saw that.
I didn't actually. No.
I don't know if you even can see it here, but it's a Rabona from Mason Mount out to Dorgu. Let's have a look.
He did all right when he came on, didn't he, Mount?
Yeah, he did okay.
Yeah, he did all right.
So it's a Rabona pass out to Dorgu. And Dorgu with I think it's a brilliant cross.
It is superb cross, that is.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the Garnacho miss, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it's not the Zirkzee goal. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the Garnacho miss, yeah. It was a tough one to control, to be fair, to Garnacho.
Yeah, but
at least he got on target. The keeper had to make a save. Yeah.
And it's a good save because it looks like it's easy because it's right on the goalie, but I think
the ball bounces high. Yeah. No, it's a difficult one. Difficult one all around.
Here it bounces in the ground and goes up. So
yeah.
But now let's go to the Zirkzee goal.
Yes, Mr. Zirkzee.
What is bad I'm saying here?
What's more of a collector's item, the Bruno Rabona or Dorgu putting quality into the box?
No, it wasn't Bruno. It was Mason Mount.
I thought it was Mason Mount, yeah. Do you think players sit down with each other and actually talk about football among themselves? Not anymore, I don't think. No. I don't think they do. They used to. They used to talk about it a lot. If you were working with a particular player on a regular basis, you'd be talking and trying to get some kind of system sorted out. But sadly, I think they've got better things to be doing with their millions of pounds. Talking about football is the last thing they want to do, I think. That's what it appears to me, anyway.
Okay, so now we have the Zirkzee goal. I don't know who passed it. I think it was Casemiro who passed the ball to. I don't know if it's Mason Mount or.
It's Bruno, isn't it? I thought Bruno popped the cross in.
Yeah, but the ball comes from over the top to the runner here.
Okay.
I think it's Mason Mount.
Is that Mount again?
Yeah,
No.
and it's Mainu who heads the ball back to Mason Mount.
No, so it's Bruno, because Bruno put the cross in, doesn't he?
Okay, then it's Bruno. Yeah,
So
yeah,
I think it's Bruno. Yeah.
Bruno.
This is a brilliant header.
I don't think Bruno even looks at it. Yeah,
No, he doesn't. He's got his head. Yeah, where the ball's delivered, Bruno gets his head down when he delivers the ball.
Mm-hmm.
It's a wonderful cross. It's a wonderful goal. It's a brilliant, brilliant, brilliant header. He used the defender superbly there. The defender thought he got it. It was almost a double header. The defender thought he got it. It was a brilliant piece of play by Zirkzee. He used his strength, outmaneuvered the defender, and the keeper had no chance with it. It was a great goal. Did you see his face? The concentration on his face when the ball comes in, and he's got to, by the way, he's watching the man and the ball at the same time, and timing. So there's three things he's doing there. Forget his run. It's man, ball, timing.
Yeah.
Really, really difficult. Really difficult.
But this was the 87th minute of the game, and I thought we won it. I thought this was the goal. I felt that we were in control, and we actually could have gone for one more.
Well, we should have. Yeah, we could have got an extra goal, but the concentration on his face when they showed the slow motion of him heading the ball, looking and looking and looking, then realizing he scored, and then it's such a difficult header. It can't be underestimated how difficult that header is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm talking about. Yes, I know. Sorry, it's late.
We are on the 19-minute mark, so we have one goal left, and we will talk about wrap up with the man of the match and final thoughts.
Yes, that's right.
So let's just try to keep it to a schedule.
Yes.
But bad time say what's great about this goal is the boy Mainu.
They win the second
goal. Yeah, it was good to see Mainu back on the pitch.
Yeah, he looked good. I thought look good, new style, look good.
Yeah, new style. So yeah, but I think the big question is, do we start Højlund in the Zirkzee in the number 9 from now? Do he cement his place in the team as the number 9 from now to the rest of the season?
You've got to take it. You've got to grasp that position. Nobody's grasped it. You've got to grasp it by the scruff of the neck. Amorim, look no further, mate. Look no further. I mean, man, got to do it. Gets the winner against Newcastle on Sunday. Scores the opening goal against Lyon on Thursday. Lyon, Newcastle, Lyon. That's what Zirkzee should be thinking. That's what I'd be thinking.
And then he's
cemented. That's what I'd be doing. If I'm Zirkzee, I score Sunday, I score Thursday, I'm in.
Yeah. I'm quite happy with Zirkzee at the moment. I think he puts in an effort. I think he did well against City, and
he did.
I don't know the Newcastle Nottingham Forest game. I think it was poor, but
but I don't think we were great at Forest really.
No. What's the goal?
Dear.
Okay, let me just find it. So in the 94th minute of the game,
that's it.
This happened. I think it's in the dying moments of the game. It's a little bit hectic, chaotic. They have nothing to lose. I think you see here how many attackers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys.
But we're defending quite nicely. Really, our defensive line's not bad. It's not great, but it isn't bad.
Yeah, the only one is maybe Mason Mount, who's a little bit out of position.
He is, and so Dorgu's out of position based on that.
Yeah. It's a good pass. It's a good heel flick from.
Look how we just couldn't clear it. You know, that's the biggest issue for me. And then you got three United players in close proximity, and Jerky, pretty much free.
Yeah. So again, like I said, flicks it with his heel.
Just couldn't get the boot, could we?
It's almost like Masraoui tackles Leny Yoro.
Yeah, that's right. But Onana's got to keep it. He's got to hold it. He's got to do something.
Or get it out of
fall on it. Yeah, fall on it. Just do something. He's onside, Lightning. Yeah. I think
Dallo is dropping.
Dallo plays him on there.
Yeah, but you don't play an offside line anyway in a place like
that. No.
It's all about defending. So I don't blame Dallo.
No, Onana's fully to blame for this. Hold the fucking ball.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a brilliant finish by Jerky.
It is.
It's a great finish.
So quick feet on that guy.
But if you look at the opening section of it, we're trying to play offside earlier on in the move, but keep going. There. See, stop. See, Jerky doesn't move. Keep going back. Keep going back. Look, we're trying to play offside there.
Yeah, we have a nice straight line here.
Yeah, we're hoping that this player here is going to put a dink into Jerky. That's what we're hoping for. And if he does, it's over. That's it. Jerky's offside. But watch him. Watch what he does, Jerky. Just watch Jerky as you play this on. He doesn't move. He just moves from left to right. Oh, that wasn't Jerky. Sorry, I thought that was Jerky. Whoever it was then. I didn't realise. Sorry, I thought that was
the guy who was offside.
I thought it was Jerky. I didn't realise he come from deep. But he was he just stood there, moving from side to side to keep himself in play. And that little movement, it stops other players getting in and around him. You know what I mean? It just he's a nuisance because he doesn't go anywhere. I thought that was Jerky. I didn't realise he'd come in from deep. But it's a great finish. It's a lovely finish.
Onana again,
Onana's it's
terrible. This enough.
Yeah.
But this is not as big as a foul as it was on the first, but I would say
it was terrible, Jarvis.
Yeah.
It was terrible, mate.
So
dear.
At the end of the clips, I have more. This is my list. I had like 10, 12 clips, but we can't do them all. But I have some talking points. We talked about Onana. We talked about Højlund. I think we had one little problem today, and that's the pivot. I'm not convinced that the pivot with Ugarte and Casemiro is good enough on the ball. I think they lack the ability to progress the ball in certain situations when they have time on the ball. It's a lot of from me to you, from you to me, and back. So we don't have any progression forward. So I think we really need a ball playing guy in the pivot. And I think we struggle with this.
Yeah, we're going to need somebody in there. Maybe with Mania coming back, that'll change. Maybe with Mania coming back, Ugarte gets less minutes at the minute, and it'll be Casemiro, Mino, and Bruno, potentially. We should see. Actually, I think Sunday might be quite telling about where he sees the Ugarte Casemiro pivot. It's good you bring it up because I think that might change Sunday.
I'm starting to tilt towards remove one of them and
you've got to
moment.
You remove Ugarte.
Yeah.
You keep Casemiro. You play Casemiro, Manu, and you play.
Yeah, but for me, Casemiro don't have to play 90 minutes.
He doesn't have to play 90 minutes. No, exactly. You can bring Ugarte on.
Let's play Casemiro 60 minutes. Play Ugarte.
Bring Ugarte
of the game. Bring some energy centrally. Keep up the press play and.
But you start. You start with Manu. I would start with Manu on Sunday, 100%.
Yeah, I agree. And Mason Mount also. I would go for Mason. I think Mason Mount had a good cameo coming on today.
So do you know what? I would start Mount definitely against Lyon next week, 100%. I think he's done all right. Just see the speed when he first came on, chasing that ball down the byline. I would give Mount a start. I would give Mount a start, yeah. But I would definitely start Mainu. I agree with you on the pivot.
And I will ask this to the devilish tacticos. I will create a poll, and it's basically man of the match.
Man of the match, yes.
So who's your contenders? We have Leny Yoro.
Leny Yoro.
Zirkzee maybe for the goal.
Mazzari for sure. Thought Mazzari was good. I like Zirkzee. And I kind of
Bruno.
No.
Okay.
No. I'm leaning towards Casemiro. I thought he was absolutely solid today. He wasn't outstanding. You don't have to be outstanding to be man of the match. It's what you give to the game. I think Yoro, my overall man of the match, by the way, is Yoro. I'm going to put that clear. That's my man of the match. I thought he was brilliant today, Yoro.
But who was the contenders first? Let's
Casemiro, Yoro, Mazzari, and Zirkzee for me.
So you put Casemiro ahead of Bruno with the assist.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I would do. But I mean,
But Dallo he's not there.
I wouldn't put Dallo in. No, decent, but I wouldn't put him in. I wouldn't put Dogo in either.
JM42 says Yoro and Bruno. So, okay.
Mustafa says Onana, man of the match. Yeah, I like that.
Calamity of the match. Calamity, the absolute calamity. So you say I should put Casemiro and who was the last one? I have Yoro, Zirkzee, Casemiro, and
you can go Bruno if you like. I mean, a lot of people want Bruno.
Yeah, I will go Bruno.
A lot of people want Bruno in there.
Okay, so get your votes in.
I think they've already voted. They've already voted. Yoro's one.
So for me, I think my man of the match, maybe I have to give it to one of the defenders.
Oh, mine's Yoro from
Leny Yoro. Yeah, I agree. It has to be.
Well, I thought he was outstanding today. Yeah. He was really solid.
But I will say, I think Dallo had a good game today. I think he was good. Especially when he had that yellow card coming early, but he kept his composure and
he did
and found the right balance. I think Bruno had a good game again. I think Bruno is I think it's his 10th game in a row where he's in the top 3, 4, 5 best guys on the pitch, if not the best. And I don't know, maybe Mazraoui.
Mazraoui was decent. Apparently, you voted Bodo Glimt. I don't know.
It's almost like I'm cheering more when Bodo Glimt scores than when Man United scores. But I have to say, it's because you got to keep it because Bodo Glimt, they are a small team from the north.
They're a tiny team, aren't they? Yeah. Is that not? I mean, Rosenborg of the past used to get deep into competition, but if they make the semi, would this not be Norway's first semi-final in a European competition?
Especially, in modern times, I would say.
Modern times, yeah.
Maybe if you go back to the 50s, or maybe there was one team in one time. Yeah.
I'd love to see.
They have a decent chance, but the thing is, the game. I felt disappointed.
I wasn't home in time to watch it, unfortunately. I wish I was home in time to have seen it because I like Lazio. Lazio are a decent side. But Bodo Glimt, they gave us a proper game, didn't they, at their place? So
the yellow is Bodo Glimt. This is the momentum of the game. Look at it. They were hammering Lazio for 90 minutes.
Yeah, they did.
Nothing. They look like schoolboys against Bodo Glimt. So that's the thing. And I how Bodo Glimt played today, I think Man United would have struggled.
Yes. Oh, definitely. Yeah. But I'm going to watch it back. I'll watch it back on highlights.
You should.
Yeah, I'm going to.
And this is the stats. They were in 58% possession, almost 3 in XG, 2.93, and 18 shots against an Italian team that goes away. You know the Catenaccio Italian way to defend. So, Alien, he watched it. They should have clapped them 5-0. I agree, Alien, 100%.
Absolutely brilliant. The winner by miles is Yoro, according to the poll, Jarvis. Miles.
Okay.
Miles. He's winning by
64% Leny Yoro. Bruno, second place, 27%. Zirkzee with 9%. Casemiro, 0%.
Well, let me just go and vote for him then. Casemiro. Look, I mean, the great thing about Man of the Match, it's all about opinion, isn't it? And you got to love opinion.
Do you know Peter Cook, Jarvis? He used to prank call stations in London pretending to be a Norwegian fisherman called Sven. I haven't heard him. I have to check it out.
You'll have to check that one out, my friend.
Peter Cook.
Yes.
Is he like a legend?
Well, I've never heard of him, so he's not that legendary.
Okay. I will check it out. About time. So I think that's it for me. I have nothing left. So it's been a good show. It's been fantastic. People, Stephanie, story coming in. United, our chief moderator coming in. As same with Rushmano. Yoro deserves it. Big up, Jay. I hope you feel better, buddy.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. Great to see you back in. It's been a brilliant show. Thanks everyone actually who stayed with us tonight. Because there's a lot of other channels have got shows on, and I know you guys watch the other channels as well, like so do me and Jarvis. So thank you very, very much for staying with us and listening to two old football nerds.
Yes.
Talking tactics.
I think we had a good show today.
Loved it. I enjoyed it.
To schedule with all the clips and everything.
No, it's my fault.
We wandered off sometimes, but that's okay. That's what this channel is about. We have the freedom. You have the freedom. We're not all about structure and tactics.
Jarvis has this structure, by the way, but I say no. I'm a Maverick. I say no. Stephanie's got a really good point here, by the way, and I think we should not forget that. Oh, not that. Sorry, Jake. United's still unbeaten in Europe. It's worth noting that. And yes, new logo. Yes. Do you like the new logo, by the way, guys? Jarvis put a lot of time
logo, and I put one United logo in the membership section. Glacier South, obviously, and the picture of me and picture of Stu. So now you have
Johnny K listening to us on his way home. Brilliant. If you all remember Johnny K, we're gonna when we do a midweek show sometime, or a members show that we're going to do on history of football. We're going to invite Johnny on because his knowledge of Manchester United is something to behold. He's a great bloke, Johnny K. So big up Johnny K, all the way from Florida.
All the way from Florida, can you imagine?
Yeah, big up. Oh, another quick thing. Sorry, I was just about to say. Keith Hackett is desperate to be back on again, so he's going to be with us over the next couple of weeks. Myself and Jarvis have got a bit of a confession to make. Okay. We tried to pull the questions off for Keith to answer over the weekend, and somehow either myself or Jarvis deleted them. We don't know how, so we need to apologise. So I'll take the blame. Look at that little face on my on the left as I look. So I'll take the blame for it, not my old mate Jarvis. So what we're going to do with Keith, because of that, next time he's on, we will do a full Q&A right the way across the board. So I do apologise, but I just wanted to be honest. It could have been me. Oh, was it you? Was it? I thought it was me. It was
me. I have to admit, it was me.
But we just want to. This show is all about transparency. We don't hide anything. We don't lie or anything like that. So we just wanted to tell you and just be honest with you. So blame Jarvis. It's his fault. Just one of those things.
I'll gladly take the blame on this, but because I know the devilish tacticos have their questions ready, and they always have a lot of questions. And
It's
speaking of
awful.
questions, we have one question from Jay. I think we need to answer before we go. You say, if Bruno leaves this summer, would that break us, or would it improve us?
You know, I've always said this: if you could get the right money for him, but you could get the right players to replace Bruno, like Liverpool did successfully, Tottenham didn't do successfully. So they didn't spend the Gareth Bale money well. We didn't spend the Cristiano Ronaldo money well, but Liverpool spent the Coutinho money brilliantly.
They did.
And that's the key. If you can do what Liverpool have done with the Coutinho money, then absolutely. If you do what Tottenham did with Bale money, then no. And it really is that final line. It really is that final line.
Do you know we're hanging all our hopes on Wilcox and Vivell?
We are indeed.
You do the scouting right, and you get to sign the best players.
Yeah.
And somewhere in between, you have Berrada handling the money situation, because he's the money guy in all of this. So I don't know. It could work well, but I'm not convinced.
I think selling Bruno for the right money is a good piece of business if, as I said, you get the right players in. If you cannot get what you want, it's a poor piece of business.
I'm tilting towards keeping Bruno.
Yes, no, and I understand that. And so at this point in time, so am I. But if you could grab in Cunha with that money, and you could grab in an Osherman, a guaranteed goal scorer, it's worth it, because that leaves you the current budget to do what you want to do with the rest of the team, which would include the removal of Onana. So there is a merit to it. I think he's right. I think Jay's right. I think there will be some Bruno conversation, but it will be really, really interesting. Really, really interesting if that was to happen.
Yeah. It will be interesting. I think I will wrap up the show with the Bodo Glimt goal.
Oh, here we go. Yes, go on.
And you know,
yes, go on.
I don't know. I don't even know if it's 50,000 people living in the city of Bodo. I don't think it's 50,000.
Oh, wow.
And it's not about like the central Bodo. That's not 50,000. There's not 50,000 people in the big main area too. You know, it's like a small place.
Small place.
It's in the coastline of the northern Norway. It's always windy because it's in the fjord. It's dead flat, and there's no trees, no anything, because it's just rocky. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
and in one way or another, they have managed to create a football team that's fighting in the top of Europa League at the moment. So it's incredible. I know I'm bigging them way too much up, but this is the goal. So have a look. Let's just play it in 0.5. So let's see. So it's more about possession, keeping the ball, running with the ball into the last third. By the way, Amorim would have loved this.
He would have. He's attacked the area that Amorim likes. Yeah.
Step over, having the courage to take on his man. Just.
Oh, what a dink that is!
Over the goal.
What a goal that is! Wow. Okay, I'm quite surprised.
Yeah. So, you know, these guys, they know how to play ball.
Yeah, that was a beautiful goal.
And, you know, we won the game on Old Trafford, but there's something else going up the border, playing on AstroTurf.
Yeah.
In winter time.
But even so,
outside, snow.
You still got to put the ball in the back of the net. That was a fabulous goal.
Yeah.
I love the little outside of the foot, little dink over to the attacker, and then the attacker lobs the keeper. Fantastic goal.
And while we're at it, let's have a look at this.
Have a look at the second.
Yeah. Come on, devilish tacticals. Let's have a
let's have a look.
Again, carrying the ball,
Get the space.
looking around, waiting, out of space.
Doesn't panic though. Doesn't give a stupid ball away. Is this your man again? The guy who put the original pass in.
It's Frederick Hauge. He played for AC Milan a couple of years ago.
No, I'm not surprised.
Yeah. Keeping composure.
Yeah.
Staying calm.
Oh, yeah.
For the second wave.
Oh, yeah. You see, we just don't have that fucking intelligence, do we? We haven't got that fucking intelligence at all. Fucking hell. I don't want to. I'm not going to watch the game now. That's going to annoy me. That.
But you've seen it all now, So.
Yeah, we just don't have that intelligence, Jarvis. United, do we?
We don't.
What a great goal that is! Look at him. Inter Milan are going like, fucking hell. What can you do about that?
And this is their shots through this game. Look at them, all inside the box.
All inside the box,
and they just keep calm, play and play and play and play over and over again until there's an opening. So, yeah. I'll keep rambling about Bodo Glimt, but, I'm kind of proud because they are from my part of the world.
Yeah, that's how we should be.
But guys, it's been a brilliant show. 1 minute 55. I said we should do a short show today, but
we did, but we can't help it, can we?
Yeah. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Stephanie, Alien, Rob Taff, all of you guys, the legends. Smash the like if you haven't. If you're new, subscribe, and please do me a favor, leave a comment after the show ends.
After the show,
the algorithms, and tell me, you can give us the questions for Keith when he comes on, and if not, just give us a comment on the game. So it's been a great show. Thank you for everybody tuning in, and we will be back. The next game is Sunday, so I will
Sunday afternoon, 7 o'clock.
Saturday I will do a post-match show. No, a pre-match show. Yeah.
So we're going to watch Only Fools and Horses Saturday.
Okay.
At the theatre, but I should be back to join you for the show. Well, I'll keep you posted.
Or maybe I will do Friday night, but
Only Fools and Horses.
What's that? It's like a musical?
Only Fools and Horses. Yeah, wait. Yes, Only Fools and Horses was brilliant. It was a television program. It was Del Boy Trotter, and South London, or definitely in London, from Peckham they were, market traders, became millionaires. They grafted all their lives, became millionaires, but the comedy was hilarious.
Cass is from Peckham.
Peckham, yes. The no income tax, no VAT, absolutely. So there's a tour in the UK at the minute. So we're going Saturday afternoon.
Oh, nice. Enjoy. I won't.
I'm looking forward to it.
No,
I'm looking forward to it.
Okay. Maybe we will be back Friday or Saturday. Who knows?
We'll let you know.
Keep subscribing. Push that bell. You will get a notification when we do. So it's been a great show. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And we will see you on the next. Have a good night. Bye-bye.